Alright, welcome on in everybody to the more card opening, and for those of you on YouTube, welcome on in as well. So last time that I did a card opening, I had opened up this pack that had 50 cards in it, but I took about half of them out because I wanted to save the other half for right now. So we're going to go ahead and take these out. Now this bag's empty, so how's that? And I'm going to go ahead and order more Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh cards because I'm starting to run out. I still have those Japanese ones that I bought from a friend of mine, which I'm actually going to give him a shout out right quick because I actually bought some Japanese Pokemon cards from him. Holy cow, what's his name on here? I think it's JC Builds. Oh no, I hit the wrong button. I didn't mean to do rate. I meant to do shout out. Man, I'm so bad at this. JC Builds. Maybe that's I forgot how you spell his name. Hold on. Let me check right quick because I do want to give him a shout out. I bought Pokemon cards from him the other day, and I want to is it Mr. JC Builds? Oh, it's JC Builds 1. My apologies. Let me try that again. Shout out JC Builds 1. Give him a follow. He's the one that I bought Pokemon cards from, but he also plays a lot of PUBG, and he's a friend of mine in real life. So, yeah, give him a shout out whenever you can. But right now, let us open some. Ooh, I hit my phone too hard there. Let us open some Pokemon cards, or at least let's check out some of the cards that I opened, shall we? Okay, the first card of this lineup is Ferris. Thank you for the level up. We did quite a bit of that today with our new Drowsy. I decided to make Drowsy my 6th Pokemon instead of Vulpix because I don't remember where Vulpix is, and by the time I get to her, I'm probably like at such a high level that I don't want to grind to level her up. Where Drowsy, we're already practically there, so. And Hypno's supposed to be a good Pokemon once you get his moves. Alright, so my first card is... Oh, the energy cards. Oh, shoot. I feel like I'm probably going to run into a bunch of energy cards. Well, I mean, they're cards, right? They're Pokemon cards. We got a water energy. They're part of the collection. They deserve to be part of the collection just as much as Pokemon are. They're very important, I believe. I've never actually played the game before. I feel like you're supposed to put the energy cards on your Pokemon so they can do their moves, and then I guess you discard them after you use them. I don't know. I have to play the Pokemon card game sometime. Okay, yeah, we're gonna go through our energies. This is, I'm assuming, dark energy. We're gonna get through the energy cards first, but they deserve as much of a shout out as the Pokemon cards. Next energy card is, yeah, lightning energy or electric energy. So they're not gonna stay there. Let me put them over here somewhere. Hope I get a holographic. Is this an energy card? Yes, this is Psychic Energy. Got that one too. Alright, next energy card is a Pokemon. Okay, we got a Pokemon card, so I guess we're done with the energy cards. I feel like they were probably the leftovers from the other stack that I did. Alright, so my first Pokemon card is a Tallow. I guess he's a later gen bird Pokemon. It seems like they have a new flying Pokemon every gen. This is number 276, so I'm assuming he's Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire. He has Reckless Charge, which does 20 damage. This Pokemon does 10 damage to itself, so it's basically like Double Edge. I remember that move. Except Double Edge was strong. It has a gutsy spirit that makes it bravely take on tough foes. It flies in search of warm climates. So, there you go, Tylo. I guess Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire's version of Pidgey. Tallow from Hoenn. Hoenn? I guess that's the name of the area from Ruby and Sapphire. I don't even know if I said that right. My bad if I completely butchered that word. Alright, next card is... Thank you for the hydrate, Mikey. Next card is... Oh, it's a fire. Okay, we still got some energy cards. Oh, wow. Am I just going to have a bunch of energy cards here? I mean, again, they deserve as much of a shout out. I'll take all the energy cards if I must. I would love a holographic energy card too, if that's a thing. Excuse me. All right. Do I have another energy card here? Oh, and I did look up that one that was a fairy energy card. I had no idea what that was. Next card is... Oh, it's a Pokemon. It's a Watchdog. Watchhog. Holy cow, this thing looks... Looks like he's on something. Oh, wait, I caught one of these in Pokemon Go. That's where I recognize him. He was in... I haven't played Pokemon Go in so long, but I played it like before they started adding like Gen 4 or Gen 5 Pokemon. But they've been adding newer Pokemon to it. I really should get back into that. It was a good little walking exercise I used to do. Number 505, so he's definitely like a Gen 5, Gen 4 or Gen 5. Oh, maybe they did add Gen 5 to Pokemon Go when I was playing it last. I know they've been adding new Pokemon to it, but I remember I saw he had like those red and yellow eyes, and I remember I saw him and I was just like, this raccoon looks like it hasn't seen sleep in a week. That's how I feel. I'm definitely gonna get some sleep early tonight. Anyways, Watchdog or Watchhog. There's no D in the name. Scrutinize. Look at the top 2 cards of your opponent's deck. Discard one of them and put the other card back. Okay. Slam. It does 60x damage. Flip 2 coins. This attack does 60 damage for each heads. That sounds OP. Again, I don't know. Using luminescent matter, it makes its eyes and body glows and stuns attacking opponents. Sounds like a really powerful Pokemon. He's an evolved form of that other one, if you can look on the top left. I think that means that's where he evolves from. Alright. I'm talking about Pokemon cards as if I know anything. I hope I'm at least close when I explain these. Alright, next card is... Oh, it's a trainer card. Snowleaf Badge. If the Pokemon V this card is attached to has Leafeon or Glaceon in its name, it has no retreat cost and no weakness. Okay. What's retreat cost? I know what weakness is. What's retreat cost? You may play any number of item cards during your turn. Okay. You know what? I've noticed some of these cards do have a retreat stat on them. Let's look at this guy, Watchdog or Watchhog. Like, it says retreat and it has that white star one. It's kind of hard to see, but it's on the bottom right. Yeah, you can't see it on the webcam, but there's like that little white star. I'm assuming that's energy, like a normal energy, and there's right next to its retreat. So I guess he used that to run away from a battle or something. All right, next card is a Stuffle. He kind of has like a funny little smile going on. It's like a little V-shaped smile. Alright, so Tackle does 10, and Hammer In does 60. So this one has 2 of those normal energy cards for retreat. Despite its adorable appearance, when it gets angry and flails about, its arms and legs could knock a pro wrestler sprawling. Wow, this thing is strong. And it's number 759, so I'm assuming it's like Pokemon Sword and Shield or the one before that, or maybe X and Y. So it's a later Pokemon. Alright. Next one is... Oh, it's the same card. I have 2 of these. I have 2 of them. Are they really the same? Like, let me look at the numbers. If you look on the bottom left of these cards, they have numbers on them. Again, it's probably going to be hard to see, like down here. That's its ID. That's how I am. In my Discord, when I'm uploading my Pokemon cards, I upload them by their number. And then I point out which ID this Pokemon is. Because there might be different Stuffle cards. There are different packs or different generations. Like Charmander looks different on different cards because they're different generations of that Charmander. That's their ID basically. So if you want that $5,000, $6,000 Charizard, you gotta look at the ID to make sure that's the one you have. And thank you for the hydrate, Mikey. So it has their ID number. It's basically like a number slash a number. And from what I've looked up, that first number is the card number, and the second number, like the first, it's the ID number slash the amount of cards in that pack or in that booster or something like that. Again, I don't know if I'm explaining this correctly. I kind of haven't really been looking all this stuff up. I'll see it and I'm like, oh, let me type this in and see if it pops up on Google. It pops up in Google, so I'm like, that's probably what it is. All right, next card is, that's a cute little bird. It's a fledgling. It's number 661, so it's probably like X and Y. It's probably X and Y's version of Pidgey. But this one looks cute. I like this one. He's a basic, so he's the first one of the evolution line. He has Growl. During your opponent's next turn, the defending Pokemon's attacks do 20 less damage before applying weakness and resistance. Oh yeah, there's also a resistance. And then Flap, it does 20 damage. This amiable Pokemon is easy to train, but when battle is joined, it shows its ferocious side. Okay, cute. Fledgling. Next card is a Beware. I think I have a Beware actually, or maybe I have the. Oh no, it's the evolved form of Stuffle. Okay, well I got 2 Stuffles and I have a Beware, so I got that evolution line down. It has an ability called Rake It In. When you play this Pokemon from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon during your turn, you may draw 3 cards. Okay. Dangerous Blow, which does 60 plus damage. If your opponent's active Pokemon is a basic Pokemon, this attack does 60 more damage. Okay. This immensely dangerous Pokemon possesses overwhelming physical strength. Its habitat is generally off limits. It's a bear. Makes sense. I think I have another Beware somewhere in my deck. I'll have to check. I could just have my Discord open and I'll just like look it up and be like, oh yeah, there is a Beware. At least it sounds familiar. Alright, next card is... Oh, I got a 3rd Stuffle. I have 3 of these things. I also said I wasn't going to sell like many of these cards, but if I get duplicates, then I might. I wouldn't consider this like sellable. If I got like 10 of them, then I might like try to look at their price and see if I might sell them. Well, I have 3 Stuffles. That's crazy. They're all the same ID number. But yay. Alright, next card is... Oh, it's that Sableye. I got one the other time that I last opened one of these. But this one looks a little different from that one. Go and collect. Search your deck for a trainer card, reveal it, and put it into your hand. Then shuffle your deck. And then corner. During your opponent's next turn, the defending Pokemon can't retreat. Okay, so basically he can't escape. It feeds on gemstone crystals. In darkness, its eyes sparkle with the glitter of jewels. So I have another Sableye, but this one looks different from the last one. So like the ID number on this one would be different. So there you go, another Sableye. Kind of hard to see with the camera because it's a purple card, but trying to like give y'all a good look at these cards. There you go. Alright, next card. There's still quite a few here, so we're going to be here a little while, which I'm fine with. A Palpitoad? Palpitoad. The Palpitoad. It's an evolved form of that other Pokemon. He is Pokemon number 536, so he's probably Diamond and Pearl or Black and White. Stampede does 20 damage, Tongue Slap does 50 damage. On occasion, their cries are sublimely pleasing to the ear. Palpitoad with larger lumps on their bodies can sing with a wider range of sounds. Okay, so it's another singing Pokemon. It's also Gen 5? Awesome, so that's Black and White. So it's basically like a Jigglypuff, but it's more pleasant. Jigglypuff just knocks you to sleep. I need a Jigglypuff in here. I need to fall asleep soon. Make me some food first and then go to bed. Probably watch something on YouTube after this. Next card is an Electrike. This one looks familiar. It's number 309, so he's Ruby and Sapphire, but he does look familiar. I don't know if I have one of these or not, or from earlier. I may have, that may be why. But he does look very familiar, so he's probably a more recognizable Pokemon. He has a move called Collect, which draws a card, and then he has Bite, which does 20. It stores a static electricity in its fur for discharging. It gives off sparks if a storm approaches. So, he's probably like Gen 3's Pikachu. He looks very recognizable though. I think that's probably why. He's probably like the mascot of Gen 3 maybe. It evolves into Manitrek. Well, I hope I get a Manitrek then, because that one doesn't sound as familiar. Electrike looks and sounds familiar. He's probably like the mascot of Gen 3. Alright. Next one is a Duskull. This one also looks familiar. 355, so he's also Ruby and Sapphire. You know what? Ruby and Sapphire Pokemon, maybe I'm more familiar with them than I thought. Maybe it was because of Pokemon Go. That's probably why. That's probably why I recognize most of them. Because now that I'm looking at some of these like Gen 3 Pokemon, I'm recognizing a few of them. So that may be why. Future Sight. Look at the top 4 cards of either player's deck and put them back in any order. Okay, so you can put your 4 cards in any order, but you can also put their 4 cards in any order. That sounds powerful, but take into account this guy doesn't have an attack. So there's that. If it finds bad children who won't listen to their parents, it will spirit them away, or so it's said. That is creepy. Those children better not run into a Duskull again. Oh, thank you for the hydrate. We still have like about maybe 10 cards left, so let's get through these, shall we? Next one is oh, this is a 2-headed Pokemon. Zwellius, number 634, so it's probably Gen 5. Bite, which does 40 damage, so its Bite's more powerful than the other one's Bite. And Dragon Headbutt, which does 100. But look at all the energy you need to be able to do that. That's a lot to use up for 100 damage. And I'm assuming like the HP at the top is the amount of damage. So like if you did a Dragon Headbutt on a Pokemon that has 100 HP, that's probably just straight wipeout. Well, then there's also the weakness and resistance. And I noticed some of them say ×2, so that probably means that if you use this Pokemon against one who's weak to lightning, I'm assuming that's what that is, it'll do 200 damage instead. And resistance, I think like it says like this one doesn't have any resistance, but like the Duskull has a -30 on the fighting one. So like if someone was a -30 resistance to this, instead of 100, it would probably do 70. Their 2 heads will fight each other over a single piece of food. That's funny. Zwellius are covered in scars even without battling others. Now, so this guy's just a straight up fighter. And he's also evolved from Dino. So, he looks really powerful. He would probably be a Pokemon you'd want in your deck. Alright, next one is... Oh, it's a Growlithe! Ooh! That's awesome. I got a Gen 1 Pokemon. Got a Growlithe. That's cute. That's cute. I like that. Warm up. Search your deck for a fire energy card and attach it to one of your Pokemon, then shuffle your deck. Okay, so he just straight up gives you fire energy. So if he had a fire energy deck, he would be really good to have. And Combustion, which does 30 damage. He is extremely loyal. It will fearlessly bark at any opponents to protect its own trainer from harm. Sounds like Nisi. If I find a Growlithe, I might name it Nisi just because that sounds exactly like Nisi. She's even fiery sometimes. And feisty. Yes, I'm talking about you. I'm talking about you. Alright, next card is... I hope I get an Arcanine. That would be sweet. This is a trainer card. It's a Gordy. Some guy wearing sunglasses. Look at the top 7 cards of your deck. You may reveal any number of energy cards you find there and put them into your hand. Shuffle the other cards back into your deck. You may only play one supporter card during your turn. Okay. So I have a Gordy. Awesome. Sounds really good if you're looking for energy cards. Like if you're in desperate need of energy cards, that might be a good card to play. Next card is... oh, I like this card design. Pangoro. Number 675. I don't know if it's hard to see, but this is actually like a drawing rather than like the... Well, I mean, they're all drawings, but you know what I mean. It's like a 2D drawing of a Pangoro. I mean, they're all drawings, but I'm talking about like in like a 2D. That's really cool. Also, it requires a lot of energy to be able to use, so maybe not exactly the best card if you're like strapped for energy. Okay, so Knocking Hammer does 90 damage. Discard the top card of your opponent's deck, and then Shakedown, which does 150. Discard a random card from your opponent's hand. So this guy just straight up like destroys your cards. Like runs out of deck and it runs out of hands. And if I'm assuming it plays by similar rules to Yu-Gi-Oh! If you run out of cards in your deck, I think you automatically lose the game, maybe? Thank you for the hydrate. I know Yu-Gi-Oh! Does that, and I played a Yu-Gi-Oh! Game on Game Boy Color or Game Boy Advance, and that happened to me a lot. You would lose. Using its leaf, Pangoro can predict the moves of its opponents. It strikes with punches that can turn a dump truck into scrap with just one hit. I know Pokemon get abilities in later games. Yeah, you lose if you deck out, I thought so. I feel like every other card game, like maybe Magic the Gathering, that's another one I want to start collecting cards for. I don't know if there's any value in those. I mean, I'm not doing this for the value. Unless I get like a $5,000 card. But, I might start collecting like Magic the Gathering and other cards too. I hope those aren't hard to get a hold of. Alright, so next card is... Graplocked. Getting a lot of like higher evolved Pokemon out of this. This one's a number 853. Oh, what was Pangoro? Number 675. So this is 853. This looks like a Sword and Shield Pokemon here. Lunge Out, which does 40 damage, and Magnum Punch, which does 90 straight up damage. Searching for an opponent to test its skills against, it emerges onto land. Once the battle is over, it returns to the sea. So it's the second evolved form of Clobopus. I don't have that. Alright, so we have about 3 cards left. Well, I have a holographic card, or they call them foil cards. Let's find out. Alright, next card is... a Patra. Oh, this is that crazy one that I was talking about. I think this is the one that I call in Pokemon Go. It has the yellow and red eyes. Okay, so I have a Patrat and I have its evolved form, which I already forgot the name of it. This is number 504, so it's either Diamond and Pearl or Black and White. Glance. Look at the top card of your opponent's deck. I seem to be getting a lot of those abilities too, like manipulating their decks or seeing them. Yeah, Patrat evolves into Watchog. There you go, Watchog. He looks so funny with those eyes. It's just like, ugh, I need sleep. Using food stored in cheek pouches, they can keep watch for days. They use their tails to communicate with others. So, Patrat. I got that evolution line. Alright, I got 2 cards left. Will one of these be a foil card? Let's find out. This is a cast form. I got this from Pokemon Go. I recognize him. He's number 351, so he's probably Sapphire and Ruby, or Ruby and Sapphire, or Diamond and Pearl, one of the two. I remember catching this guy in Pokemon Go, and I remember he took different forms, aka cast form. Like, he could be a sun, he could be a raindrop. I remember that was a thing in Pokemon Go. That would be interesting to see in Diamond and Pearl, or whenever he shows up. Weather Teller. Search your deck for up to 2 stadium cards, reveal them, and put them into your hand, then shuffle your deck. They have stadium cards? I don't have any. I want a stadium card. Water Pulse for 30. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now asleep. Oh, I wonder how that works in there. Thank you for the hydrate. I'm actually out of water now, or after this. That's okay, because I got one more Pokemon card after this. It changes its form depending on the weather. Changes in the temperature or humidity appear to affect its cellular structure. So I remember that was a thing in Pokemon Go. Because I caught a few of these and they all look different. And then finally, we have one card? Yes, 1 card left. Is it a foil card? Let's see. Let's see. What is it? It is not a foil. Oh, is that a puppy? Holy cow, it's a Herdier. Oh my god, it's a dog! It's like Growlithe, but oh, you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of those miniature schnauzers. I used to have one. Oh. Or a Scotty. Oh, that is so cute. It's also an evolved form of another. Oh, that's cute. A Lillipup? Number 507, so it's a black and white Pokemon, I think. Oh man, when I get to black and white, I am gonna catch this Pokemon. That's the middle form. There's a third. Oh my god. I'm gonna catch this Pokemon. I hope he's catchable in white, Pokemon White, since that's the second name of that gen, so I'm gonna have to. Lillipup is the base form. Oh, I gotta get a hold of this line now. That is cute. Nisi, come here. Come here. Look. Look. It's a puppy Pokemon. Oh man, I got a favorite right here. Well, Growlithe is also a favorite. Oh man, that's a tough one. Wow, save the best one for last. Tackle does 30, Takedown is 80. The Pokemon also does 20 damage to itself. Oh, that's totally a Schnauzer thing. I remember Sabrina would headbutt me. That was the name of my miniature Schnauzer from when I was a kid. It was Sabrina. She was not salt and pepper. She was straight up white. Like, she was a white miniature Schnauzer. And those aren't normally, like, pedigree in the... I forget what they call it. When you can show your dogs, they have certain fur color. White wasn't one of them listed for miniature Schnauzers. She was so unique. It has been living with people for so long that portrayals of it can be found on the walls of caves from long, long ago. Wow. That is cute. It's a starting mon. You won't have to wait. Oh, is it starting? Is it fire? Like, is it? Looks like a normal type. Based on the card color? Or are you talking about like it's one of the first ones you run into when you start your journey? Cool. That's awesome. That is so cool. I like that card. Man, I wish it was holographic. But I mean, God, I'm happy to add that to my collection. I got 2 puppy Pokemon cards. I got a Growlithe and I got a Herdier. Now, if I could just get an Arcanine, Lillipup, and whatever happens after Herdier, that would be awesome. All right, so that's all of them. I opened them all. That includes this first group. Now I got to add them all into my Discord, which I probably won't do for another 2 weeks because I'm very forgetful about things like that. So this is the first one that I opened, which is this one, and then this one. Now I'm gonna put them together. That is awesome. I am so glad that I got a puppy Pokemon to end it, because I didn't get any holographics from this deck. So and I also got a couple of duplicates with that one. So I mean, I'm fine with duplicates, mostly because I'm just collecting. But if I end up with like 10, then maybe I'll start selling a few. I don't know. I'll see how all that works. I may not. I may just be like, hey, I have all the Herdiers. I have all 50 of them. Alrighty, so that's gonna do it for me. What's today? Wednesday. I haven't heard anything from my brothers about video games tomorrow, so I'll see what's going on tomorrow. If something comes up, I'll stream Friday for sure, and I'll stream some more Pokemon Blue. So yeah, just to keep the ball rolling with Pokemon. So let me see who is online. Wow, I got a bunch of messages on my phone. Let's see who is online, and we'll send the raid over to them. How long has Byron been streaming? He's only been streaming for about an hour. You know what? They're playing this game called Pummel Party. I think he's playing with GK. We're gonna go ahead and send a raid over to the one Byron. Let me make sure I spell his. Not so much his name. He has an underscore in his name. All right, awesome. Oh, no problem. Thank you for stopping by, Ferris. Pancakes. Hey, Goofy. How's it going? I am not going to make pancakes. I am going to make I have some ground beef out. I'm going to make me some mac and cheese with ground beef in it, and probably put some, I don't know if I want to. Oh, no. Onions. Onions. That's what I was thinking about. So, alrighty. Shout out Pancakes. He was last seen playing No Game. Hey, Pancakes has not been taken yet. And Mikey, thank you for the hydrate. I got like a little bit left. There we go. All right. that's gonna do it for me. So like I said, since I haven't heard anything from my brothers about tomorrow, I may stream tomorrow, but if something comes up, I'll definitely stream on Friday. I'll let y'all know in the Discord. But otherwise, and it will be more Pokemon Blue, because I'm really enjoying this game. The grinding can be a bit much, but I think I'm mostly done with the grinding, so I feel like it's just gonna be progress from here on out. I know I'll get to you, I promise. I got a Growlithe. You're definitely a Growlithe, okay? Alright. That's gonna do it for me though, so take care everybody and have yourselves a good one.